Yeah, I think the stream has started. So those of you who think that who don't hear me properly, please let me know, and I do something if I have to.
I can hear you well.
Okay, if you can hear me well, that's okay. So, all right, now, Sharon, you are welcome. Could you say hi, Sharon?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So, okay. So we are here, multidimensional array. This screen you see, guys, is Figma. Those who don't know, but I know that many of you know. So this is a Figma screen. I've zoomed it in, but then when I do that, I don't see some parts. So just a moment, and I wanted to move it in the center, yeah. All right, so now we are going to look at multidimensional arrays today, okay? And usually, you know, I like it when we can really understand things as opposed to just doing things that we don't understand. I remember when I was in a programming class, someone explained these things, but I never got the chance to understand because at the end of the day, they were not communicating in my, I think they were not communicating to my level of comprehending English. So now we are going to, I'm going to use this to illustrate what a multidimensional array is, and I hope that you will understand it, okay? So 1, 2, 3. So gentleman, Sudasan, are you a programmer? Could you tell us about yourself? Just introduce yourself by
No,
name
I'm a,
and
no. I'm just a learning student
okay. Where are you based?
from India.
From India. That's good to connect with you. And how did you join us the first time? Because I think you joined us the first time and then you didn't come back.
Yes, yes. Due to some issues, I have never turned up. Now only just I have noticed that
Oh,
and I joined. Right. Okay.
okay, that's great.
Okay. Thank you.
Could you tell us your name and again, and the people learn how to pronounce it?
Okay. Sudarshan.
Okay, Shudasan.
Yes.
Nice name and nice to meet you. So what's your background apart from what you are going to learn? What else? What do you do? Like,
Yeah, I am learning a student of computer science.
wow, at a university or
All college.
college? Okay, wonderful. That's interesting. So yeah, computer science is a great thing. And I think also when you learn practically, I think it's way much better because sometimes at school it's too theoretical. But
Okay.
then, yeah, but then in these classes, like the master classes online, you can learn practicals and then you connect the dots and you become a proficient developer. Are you on Twitter?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Could you share your handle? We can follow you and maybe you can follow us back so that we can learn from each other.
Okay.
Yes, you can share it in the chat. Thank you very much. Yes. So you can follow up with us and yeah. Okay, thank you. We've got it. Let me see. Welcome. Oh, Fanny, thank you for welcoming him. Yeah. Okay. So now this thing you see that I've illustrated i- is a picture of or a visualization of a multidimensional array. So first of all, we said that an array is is a variable that stores more than one value. Okay. So just like you see these boxes here or a grid here, you can see that it's going at the X and the Y, but we shall not speak so much of mathematics. You can see that it's running vertically and running horizontally. Now, the first position at the horizontal side is the 0, and also the first position vertically is a 0. So imagine that this is like a shelf of in the warehouse. If you know warehouse or shops, imagine that this is a full, this is a what? This is a row called the 0, and this is a row going across 1. This is row 2, this is row 3, this is row 4, and row 5. Now, these ones which are going across, we shall refer to them as columns, and they will be column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3, up to column 7. So that's how a shelf will be arranged in a shop. And usually, if you want, if a customer comes to the shop, you can tell the shop attendant, can you give me something? We usually point, I want that green thing, I want that whatever. But then if excuse me, pardon me, let me remove something that could be distractive. Okay, I've removed it so I can proceed. Can I make this larger for you? Yeah. Okay, so give me a minute. It looks like okay, if there's anyone in the room, please let me know. Who is saying happy birthday? Whose birthday? Oh, we are many people who are born in January. That's great. Happy birthday, Henry. All right, I'll continue with what I was explaining. Please, can you, for a minute, not post in the group, because in the WhatsApp group, because
I'm
it is
sorry.
distracting me. Yeah, don't worry. It's distracting me. So yeah, later we can
I
do
just
whatever.
remembered. He said, told me yesterday, and I forgot. I forgot to wish him a happy birthday. I told him yesterday, happy birthday in advance, in case I forget.
Oh, actually, when I saw that, I thought it was yours. So is yours on 31st? Is it?
Mine is on 31st.
Okay. And the Fanny's was at the beginning of the year, I think. I skipped
Yes.
it.
Fourth.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank
4th.
you.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. Let's continue. So I was explaining now, for now we can have different things. Like, let me try to put things in our shop. Like I can put that there, can put that. So all of these areas can have things, I think I need to just, I don't know, let me get this one. I'll put it, oh, no, it's not. Let me just put this. So this can be our items. I wanted them to be in different colors, but unfortunately, I've not been able to do it. However, I guess you get the gist, So this can be the different products in our shop. Our shop is filled with hearts and stars. Okay, so I need to get this and delete this. Then I put this one here. So you see our shop is filled up with things, and we can want some item. Let me say we might want some item in the second row at the first, in the second row at this third column, okay, which is where you see my name. If you are seeing it, do you see where my name is? Are they showing it to you? All right. So we can say that this is a second row and this is a third column. Why do we say it's a third column? The natural numbering system, by the way, in mathematics, it's not called the natural numbering system, but I'm calling it a natural numbering system for our own sake, for the language's sake, okay? So we usually, for the natural numbering system, it's like this. I will put things here for and 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the natural numbering is just like that. So naturally we would say that column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column up to 8, okay? But with the programming and computers, we don't say that. With the programming, we say 0, 1, and then we continue. So in the natural language, you would say that this one here is in the third column of the second row, whereby we would assume that this is the second row. And in programming, this would be row 1, the first row will be row 0. So this is how multidimensional arrays are. Last time, the arrays we looked at were not multidimensional. Last time, the arrays we looked at were, I think, I don't know if they even call them any dimension, but it's just a flat array, which you just have something like, yeah, allow me draw something more. I'll bring a square, something like that. And then let me get some, where is that line? Yeah. So okay, so then the array we looked at last time was something like this, whereby you just have one, maybe one word, maybe one space or one row, and you partition it. So here you just have just this. Let me get it over here. So in this one, you just have something like that, you only access going across. You only have 0, you don't have rows. But with this one that we are looking at, you have rows. And those rows are numbered as, so to access the first partition from here, you use 0, 0, you use points. So you use this, you first specify the position of the row, which is 0, then you specify the position of the column. So if I don't know if I can write here, and we label these things a bit. Okay, I'm labeling it Apple 1. What are these guys? What are they? What are those symbols? What are their names? Are they caps? I think. Are they caps? What do you think? Should I call them caps? Okay, I'll assume you are hearing, though
We call them
you've done
apples.
apples, really? Who else says I call them apples? Apple 1. This is something like that. So I can duplicate and put things there. So I won't name all of them. I'll just do this and just those two. So whichever we want to access, we shall give it a name. So if I wanted to access Apple 1, according to what I've explained, I would have to, of course, this array will have a name, and maybe we can call it, because we have a new member joining us, so we can call it Suda Sans Shop. Okay. Something like that. I'll make it big. So I'll put a moment, members, a moment. I want to put, okay, yeah, it is working. So okay, so that's it. So assuming we want to pick Apple 1, what we would do is, if our array is called Sudasan's shop, what we'll do will be very simple. This thing doesn't have a pen. Okay, it's okay. What we'll do is we shall write Sudasan's shop. Then we shall use the numbers, but the numbers shall be put in column, in square brackets, and we shall say the first square is for the row, then the second square is for the column. You know, that's simple. That's simple. So I'm going to, this would give us this first apple, okay? Apple 1. So let me see if I can point to it. Where are arrows? I'm not seeing them, but I think it's okay. I can use something like, can it take me where I want? Oh, no, it's not clear. Okay, I think, okay, just a moment. Okay, give it an arrow. Oh, it put the arrow in the wrong direction. I think here it's where it's supposed to be. Okay, that's nice. And this is the line. Thick, yes. Then the color, let me give it a yellow color. Oh, it has, so this one shouldn't be there. Is it? Okay, yeah. So guys, I think that's it. So if we use the Sudasan's shop and then we say 00, that means we are accessing this, okay? Apple 1. Now, let me put, I want you to help me to see if you've understood before we go to the code. I want you to tell me this is what? This is art 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is hearts 5. Okay. So who can tell me how we can access heart 5? Yeah, can we be faster a little bit? Is there anyone who can tell me how we can access 5? Heart 5, do you see it? If you don't see it, please let me know.
I see it.
Great.
Me too.
Okay, that's great. So kindly tell me, how can we?
Yes.
Hmm,
Eh,
yes. Hmm.
3,
Mm-hmm. 3,
4.
3, 4. Okay. Uh, how did you come to that?
Row column.
Row column. Mm-hmm. So row, you said 3 and 4, right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
So by going to the row, so you moved, you found the heart 5, then you counted, you went 0, 1, 2, 3. That's the row. Then you went column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And I think you are right. And I think you are right. Okay. I think you are right. So anyone, before we continue, do you have a question? Before we continue, anyone has a question? Or should we just proceed to code? Or have you understood, or should I explain more?
I think this part has been fair for me.
Mm.
Still
Has been
thinking.
fair. Okay. Okay. So there's before it wasn't. So when besides this class, which other class have you guys have you encountered arrays, and how have they been disturbing you or challenging you? Because I understand that many of us have been disturbed. Mm? So you've not been, huh? Okay, so I'll point to this over here. And that's what this does. But I don't know how I can illustrate it better for us, but that's it. Then let's go to the code, I guess. Yeah, so there you go, guys. Let me hope this has clarified your questions about arrays, how to what they mean by when they said multidimensional. So when they say multidimensional, it means the array has rows and columns. When they don't mention the multidimensional, it means the array doesn't have columns and rows. But these questions, I mean, this information or whatever we are discovering now, you might be asked in an interview, and you must be able to illustrate something like this if someone asks you, okay? So you should be ready and willing to, to explain and at least illustrate what it means. So now we are going to go in PHP, and oh, this code is not PHP, pardon me. This is React. I'll close it and open. So I want to open. No, I think I need to go and create I need to go, guys. If you've not yet created yours, please go and create, the folder. So go here and start creating, but I see these fonts are not entirely the fonts I want, but let me see you are seeing properly. So go and create your folder in MAMP so that we can do the code. So here, and then PHP mentorship. So this is week 10, right? And week 10. So this is the probably the 19th or 20th lesson. And it's Saturday. Okay. So that's the one I'll open up in VS Code. I'll just go here and say open folder. Then I'll go to applications, look for MAMP. Those of you who are using Windows, of course, this is a different process, but you can easily get along. So I've opened and now I'm creating my file called index.php, and we are combining PHP and HTML. Then I'll put a title here and we say master arrays. Which is this, Fanny? Which session, and Sharon, which session number is this?
I don't know.
For the arrays. For the arrays.
3.
Session.
Yeah, for the arrays.
Yes,
because,
yes.
Because you missed one, right? You remember? When we didn't have electricity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, that's it. And then I have to, oh, I wish I had started this before we started. And so, okay, MAMP is also starting, which is great. And yeah, MAMP has started. So when it starts, I think I need to just say PHP mentorship, and then it's a Saturday, right? So I'll change this to week 10. Shudasan, are you still there? And in case you are lost, we can inform you how, or guide you how you can access this, how you can do this. So yeah, that's it. So now I'll go back to the code. So how do we create a multidimensional array? We said, let's assume it's a shop, and this shop is gonna have, usually shops have items in them, isn't it? Okay, come again. Oh, oh, guess what? Guess what? YouTube on one of my tabs is playing, so I thought it was one of you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's okay. I've found it, and then yeah. So let me. All right. So we are saying sharp now. How we create this array is slightly different from how we create other arrays. So since it's an array of arrays, if you remember from our illustration here, this means it's an array of arrays. Why is it an array of arrays? You see, an array of values is just this one, okay? Here, the one in the purple. But then this one here, it means Sudasani's shop is a big array, okay? It's a big array, which has arrays, but these arrays are lining up vertically, okay, in rows, okay? So that means that row 0 is an array, row 1 is an array, row row 2 is an array, row 3 is an array, and then each array is going to have items. So consider that should a son's shop is an array, and inside it has small arrays. How we create them is, that means that our variable here, shop, should I zoom in the text or is it visible? Should I zoom in? Okay, since there's silence, I'll assume that it's visible. So now we are going to create arrays inside the array. So this array here is the array in the first row. Then this other array is the array in the second row, and this is the one in the third row. So we won't have many, and we can put our items like apple 1, okay, apple 1, and then comma, apple 2, comma, apple 3. Oh, where am my spellings going? So after doing that, we can have another one, which is maybe we can call these ones hearts, yeah, thumbs, right? Yeah, thumbs. So thumb 1, I'll copy it and paste and paste. Then I will do 2 and 3. Then this one hard hearts, or heart 1. Good. Yeah. So that's how we would create a multidimensional array. You have the squares that are enclosing the entire array. So which is, now we are considering that this entire array is stored at the variable shop. Then this array here is stored at shop row 1, row 0, sorry. Then this one is at shop row 1. Then this one is at shop row 2. Okay. And then this one here, upper one, is at row 0, column 0. Then this one here is at row 0, column 1. That's upper 2. So guys, tell me which code should I write to access thumb 2? Which code can I write to access thumb 2? Are we together? Hello, ninjas. Are you there?
Yes, the brain is still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, that's great. So that means that if you are unable to figure it out quick, that means my explanation wasn't really great.
Let me try
Okay.
before you give us the answer.
Yeah, all right. Please do so.
My trial is shop.
Shop.
Open square bracket.
Okay, so let me type as you say it. Okay, so write shop. Square, open this. Yeah, I've opened the square brackets.
1,
Okay. Because this represents the row. Okay.
Then another square bracket.
Another
1.
square bracket. 1. Okay. Who thinks she's right and who thinks she's wrong? Okay. All right. So let's proceed. So I'll go back to our illustration. Okay. I'll go back to our illustration and let me try to, let me see if this code can be copied and be taken the other side. Let me see. Give me just a few minutes. All right. So I think I need to turn this to it, select all of it and then say large. Okay, so I'll put this code here. So guys, are you seeing the code or should I zoom it? Maybe extra large. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, thank you very much for responding. So what we have is we can see these square brackets. Okay, let me give them a color. Oh, it takes the entire. Okay, I can't color individual items. It's okay. So I'll give it that. So this square bracket out here points at the entire white board, the board you see which is white, okay? All of it, this and this bracket, okay? They are for that, okay? This. Then this one here that I've highlighted represents this. There's row 0, but we've not specified all of the apples which we did not number. We've not bothered to include them. So just assume that this one here is from 0 up to 2. Okay. Then we went on to this one, which is representing, oh, okay, let me to remove confusion, let me remove this from here and just put those there. Then I'm gonna just, pardon me for a minute. I want to remove this as well. Okay. I want to remove these two. Okay. So that we can have something that is easily, so I'll put hearts here. Okay. Now, because of that, no. Because of that, allow me remove these ones. No, I can leave them in. Yeah, I can leave them in. There's no reason why I remove them. So I wanted to tell you that this line here represents this all line, okay? Or represents this line from 0 up to 3, up to 2, okay? Then the hearts, the line for hearts, this line here represents this row, which is number 2, up to 2 here. So if we go back to the code, I mean, if we go to what Sharon gave us as the answer, by saying that 1, 1, we said, remember we said that when we are accessing items from a multidimensional array, all we have to do is very simple. The number in the first square bracket represents the row, then the number in the second square bracket represents the column. And we said that the row are the things that run vertically and the columns are the things that run across. So she told us that if we follow that pattern, for us to get thumb 2, which is this one, we shall move 1, 0, 1, okay? And then we shall move 0, which is, this is 0, okay? 0, 1, and we shall get the thumb 2. Fanny, how is that now? I don't want you to go out of this session without really understanding. In fact, if there's anything you can pick from this session, is row by column, row by column. If you remember mathematics, when we were studying, what were we studying? We were studying matrices. Yes. And this is the same thing that they told us. Though for me, I can tell you that I did not fully understand because it wasn't, we did not have visual explanations. But now I do understand because we have visual explanations. And that's why I'm trying to put a lot of emphasis to it so that, yeah. So tell me, how does it,
the explanation is, it was good. Now I think I understand it based on how maybe you share that screen I see, just to prove that like I got the thing in my head. So you said the outer box, that the white part that represents these brackets, the square brackets, the first one from the shop.
yes.
And then upper 1, upper 2, upper 3, that row, is it a row? Yeah, where there is 0, upper 1, upper 1, upper 2. That represents this first
this one.
Yes.
This
and
first
then
array.
Yes.
This first array or nested array. The reason we would say nested array is because we have outer squares, these squares, and we know that when we are creating an array in PHP, we use squares, or there's something else we use which is like array, like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But I prefer the squares because then you're gonna write little. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. Fanny, you were still explaining. Are you there?
I thought I was mute. Sorry. The second how do they call that line of arrays? Thumb 1, thumb 2, thumb 3 is the second nested array. Yeah. That one represents the row. The row 1, where there's green thing.
Yeah, the thumb. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a green thumb.
Yes. And then the hearts. Heart 1, heart 2, heart 3 represents the row. It's a row with a heart. Yes.
So we have 2 rows with the hearts. Which of the rows is it representing?
It's representing the number 3. Is
really?
It?
Cross check.
Heart 2, heart 3.
Cross check.
It's representing heart number 2.
Oh, so Now, from today, instead for the numbering of arrays, okay, instead of using number 2, number 1, we are going to use position or index. Okay, so you can say represents the row at index 0, or represents the row at index 1, or represents the row at index 2. Get that?
Yes.
Yeah, then when it comes to columns, we just say represents column at index 0, or represents column at index 2. Okay, but if I'm to remind you, index, what was I gonna say? If I'm to remind you, is that the columns run across and the rows run vertically. Okay, yeah, so finish up your explanation if you still have what to say. All right, looks like you are done. Are you? Should I proceed?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Shuda-san, how are you feeling? How are you getting this? All right, maybe he's not hearing. Now, what I'm gonna do is to go back here, and so Sharon, congratulations, you are totally correct. So I would say array at row of index or position zero. Okay, so hope this is gonna be helpful. So, okay, and then this is the parent array. Okay, so this is the shop. Now, each item of the array at a certain index, each item represents a column in that row. Okay, so whereby apple 1 is at index 0, at column 0 in row 0. Then apple 2 is at column index 1 at row 0. Okay, so this would give us, therefore, this would give us what? Thumb 2. So let's output it and we be sure by echoing it. Okay, so I'll just add echo, and then we expect to see thumb 2 if we go to the browser. I'll refresh, and perfect. So thank you very much, Sharon, for your quick, correct answer. Oof. Yeah, I had to write this heading, guys, sorry. So then how can we access, yeah, so Fanny, how can we access Heart 3? Heart 3, how can we access it, Fanny?
We echo. Heart 3, I think is 0, 1, 2. Is 2.
It's 2.
Oh, wait. In the entire array or like on the last heart array?
No, on the entire array.
0, 2.
The position is 2.
You said someone said 0,2. Now, yeah, and when you said 0,2. So both of you are right. Though one of you said it mathematically, one said it programmatically. So the way Sudasan said it is mathematically, when you said it programmatically. So I want to clarify on that to Sudasan that we don't use, when we are accessing these things in programming languages, we don't use the comma, okay? We use the square brackets like that, okay? All right, so this one would give us heart. What would it give us? Heart what?
3.
Great, thank you. So we can go and check if indeed we've gotten, if indeed we are right. I'll put a break line here so that this both of these things can appear on theirs on a separate line, okay? Okay. Yeah. Oh, have I written something right or wrong? You said, wait a moment. You said is 0 and 2, okay? And it's good that when you say 0, it's good that you said that because it helps us understand. When you say 0, you are saying that we are accessing this, okay? Remember, these commas here mean that we've finished a row. So this one here, this square bracket starts a row and the row ends here. Then we start another row and it ends here. Start another row and it ends here. So could you tell me the right one to be put here? Feni or Sudasan, can you tell me the right one I should put on line number? Do you see line number 22? Yes, that is 0. I should replace it with the correct thing. And what is that correct thing that I should replace it with?
I'm guessing 2. Not sure.
You are guessing 2.
I think
okay.
2 because it's the first row, the upper row is 0. The thumb row is 1 and the last row is 2. And then when we enter inside heart 1 is 0, heart 2 is 1, heart 3 is 2. That's perfect. What I think.
Perfect. This time it should be perfect. So you see that? So that's it. And I guess today you've totally understood how to create a multidimensional array in PHP and access its elements. Now, after accessing elements like this, let's do one more example. How can we access Apple 3? Shan, do you want to take this challenge? How to access? Let me write it here. How can we access Apple 3? Okay. How can we access Apple 3? Are you there, sir? Do you want to, are you able to talk? Okay, Feni, can I substitute with you? Because the reason I'm on you, Feni and Sudasan, is because it looks like Sharon had gotten this side idea earlier, and I know by interaction, you also be able to grasp it. So please don't feel offended or tired. Yes, let's go.
Okay. Accessing Pt2, the first row is 0. And then the second one is 2.
The second one?
First one is 0.
The first word, the first row.
0.
Okay.
And then the second one is 2.
Oh, that's for the column. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now let's see. Perfect. Can we clap for you?
Yes.
Congratulations on getting it. Now, we've created a multidimensional array of just 2, okay? Of just columns and rows. But just know that everywhere where you see an element, like where you see Pt1, someone can create a subdivision there and bring a multidimensional which has many depth, okay, which is too deep, which has like many, you have to go dig in and dig in and dig in and dig in to get items. But just to know that the moment you understand today's explanation, the rest is okay. For example, if we have like, let me say, what can we have? Like we can have a warehouse. Can have a warehouse where, oh, why am I putting this? Okay. We can have a warehouse which has shelves, you know, and in these shelves, we may have something like this. You see that? We may have something like this where the rows themselves have arrays in them. Okay. So whereby we may have like, let me say, you know, Pt1 there. Then we have Pt2. Then when we come, we put a comma and we put mangoes, mango 1. Do you like fruits? Mango 2, you see? Something like that. And then we may have another row. So I'll put a comma here. So we may have another row. And in this row, probably we don't have fruits. In this row, probably we have shirts. So shirt 1, shirt 2. Okay, and we may have, what may we have here? Ladies, you usually have odd drops.
Jeans.
And jeans.
Jeans and dresses.
Jeans.
Jeans and dresses. Okay. All right. So let me go. Jean and okay. Let me just set dress 1. Okay. So you know we can have something like this. So I'd like us to attempt.
This one is hard.
It's not. If we follow our criteria, it's not. So in our warehouse, we have a row, okay, at index 0. And in that index, we have rows, sub rows, okay? So we are going to base on that. For example, this is row 0, okay? All of this is row 0. Okay. But in row 0, we have this, and that could be its row. So how we could access like upper 1 might be like row 0, comma,
And 0.
and
0.
absolutely. So let's see. Let's see. Warehouse 0, 0, and 0. Let's see what this one gives us. And
Wait,
I think
that one is 0, 0, 0 is going to give us what?
isn't it you who was saying it?
I said 2, 0. Where is the third 0 is for what?
Okay, let me show you what this is gonna give us. Huh? Okay. Let me show you what this is gonna give us. Do you see that? Let me zoom in. So do you see what the warning it has given us? Array to string conversion. Because where, let me go back to the code. Because you've said that we want something at this row 0, and then we want this row here 0 to be output, but the value at that row is an array. So we cannot get item upper 1 unless we enter that row and pick out a column. So yeah. So that's where we come and say, we put a third and
so
say,
the third one is the column.
Exactly.
Okay.
You see that? Okay, now Sharon, let's access Pt2. Sharon.
Pt2?
Yes.
Pt2, 0, 1. Pt2 is 1. Pt2 is 1.
Okay.
0. 2. Sorry, 1.
Okay. Let's see if you are correct. So we expect Pt2, right? And here we expected upper 1. Okay, let's see. I think I need to, just a moment, I need to break the lines here. I don't want them to collide. All right, so can I get to it and we see? Wow, oh, Sharon, that's great. Thank you. So, yeah, so I don't think that arrays are that hard if you understand the row by column principle. I don't think. Then also, if you expect that anytime you can get an array which has a lot of which is so nested. So for example, here we can, inside here we can have another, you know, we can say that if this is a wardrobe, we can say that here we shall put maybe what, maybe cosmetics, and here we shall put lipstick. Then we subdivide, and then we put what, lotion. I don't know if you can even mix them like that. And then what else do we put? Nail. How do you call those things? The ones you use for cleaning the fingernails, you know, that entire package. How do you call them?
Nail polish remover. And
No,
nail
the
polish.
entire package. If you add the polish remover, the nail cutter, the whatever, all
The
of
nail
it.
accessories.
Pedicure what? Nail accessories. And they, what I hear pedicure and manicure, what do they represent?
I do pedicure. Ah!
Sir, so we can now, we are going to attempt to access lotion from here. You know, just assume you have a 5-year-old kid at home and you want them to go in your wardrobe and then pick for you, you know. In fact, anyway, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so let's access the lotion. Who wants to attempt? Who wants to attempt it? By the way, this session is also on YouTube for those who are, if you want to access it later and be able to understand, you know, if you want to access it later for clarity and revision, it's there on my YouTube channel. So yeah, how can we access lotion? Someone should volunteer. This is the last example and we go for the weekend. Hello?
Who is trying? Someone else should try.
That one is hard. Okay, we try.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, team up. Yes, team up. And encourage Sudarshan to join you in your team so that you do it free. Yeah.
Sudarshan, please. So guys, I'm going to be talking, then you follow up where I go wrong, you correct. So we all have to pass this.
Okay, yes.
So we are accessing lotion. Where's the lotion? I'm not seeing it, David.
You're not, are you? Here it
oh
is.
Yeah, it's there. Okay. So we are going to echo 1, which is the first, sorry, 1, which is the first row. Yes. And then 0, 1, 1, which is the second row.
And then
inside again. That row.
Let me be writing. What did you say at first? What did you start with? You started with 1. I started
with the first row. That is from line 32 to 38. Yes.
So 1, comma.
And then let's go to 34 to 37. That is another one, isn't it?
Okay. Okay.
And then we come to line 36 where the lotion is. That is 0, 1, 1.
1.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes. And then we do the column 2. Wait, 0, 1. The column is also 1. Guys, before they run the code, please.
I think it's 1, 1, 0, 1.
Why 0? Remember?
Okay, she said 1, 1, 0, 1. So let's do this. I'm labeling here as 1. Okay. Then here we come to this one, which is 1, right?
Yes. Yes.
Then if this is 1, and then we have a column here, okay? Here that, which is at 0 and 1. Then this is column what?
1.
This?
Wait. Oh.
Because listen, okay, how can I?
Okay, 2.
Represent it diagrammatically.
Come again?
First represent it diagrammatically, that column that row.
How much are you gonna pay?
Auntie, I can't figure it in diagrammatically.
Okay.
But Sharon,
Diagrammatically, it's
okay, that one looks better. So
yeah.
David, you said that jean and dress, those are in a column.
Yeah, of one of this.
They are
Okay.
from column 1.
Mhm.
So that means
Mhm.
the lipstick and stuff, they take the second.
Mhm. The second.
So that means after 1, 1, 1, it is 2, 1.
It's- Hmm? Hmm? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've not understood.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. So you said we to put out the lotion, you said we are going to do 1, which is the second row of the sub array. Okay. So which is I've collapsed that, and these labels, I think I need to just put them here, because now if I put them at the beginning, they are not understood. So now this is here, Sharon, who wanted to, this is 0, okay, row, I'll just say row 0, and then this is row 1. Then this one here is what? This one here is a column of, is it a column? It's a row. It's a sub row.
It's a row.
Okay, sub row 0, and this is sub row 1. Then that means if this is sub row 1, that means jean is a column of sub row, and dress is a column of sub row. And then you have another column, but this column has, has sub columns in it. Someone, okay. Yeah, Fan, this, what you've shared, is it the link to the stream?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So what that means is that this is column, this is column, this is column. But this column has sub columns, okay? Or they can be rows, okay?
Column. Dress 1 is a column.
Yes, it's a column of sub row 1, okay? It depends how you've decided to arrange them. You might call them rows or columns in your visually or physically. But
it looks like a row.
Come again? It looks like?
Okay, like if you take it back the way, okay, the way it was.
The way it was, like this.
Yes.
Like that. Let's take it back like that, and you get it more. So if we do something like that, this one needs to be, okay, it can be there. If we do something like that, you will still see that this is a column, and this is a column, and this is a column. But this column has sub items. Does it make sense now?
Hey. Hey. suppose there is an array inside gene, dress 1. The third item is an array.
Yeah.
I have to note that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's good that you've finally looked at it, seen it. Now, that's why Fanny was saying that we have 1, 1, 2, 1. Then, so these 2 here, the 2 is representing this array. Okay, the 2 is representing that array because in this array here, in this array, 0 is gene 1, 1 is dress 1, 2 is this entire array, but then we want lotion, which is at 1. So this is it over here.
Yeah, makes sense now.
Yes. So when you go for training and they show you the multidimensional array, they might stop at the example I have showed you here. But you should challenge yourself because the word multidimensional does not have a limit. Okay, so it means you can have arrays that are super nested. And if you ever pursue like the data science skill and they give you something like this, probably you might want to clean this data and organize it, you know, and if you don't know how to access these elements, then you are not gonna organize it. But let's go for the moment of truth and see this and that, and then let's see if it will give us the lotion. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the browser and Fanny, congratulations. So
Thank
it has,
you.
yes, and now this is for Sharon. Sharon, can we access dress 1? Sudasan, are you hearing us? Are you there? Okay, so by the way, if you ever, don't be afraid of ever giving a wrong answer. I've been singing that in these sessions, because the more we interact, the more we learn, and the more we become confident, and the more we grow. So there's nothing here like, oh, laughing at people that you've given a wrong answer. No, all we want here is interaction, you know, as the most interaction, so that we can create the bondage among us, and so that we can also help each other. So Sharon, over to you, dress 1.
Dress 1 is at 1.
Okay, 1.
1, 1, 1.
Okay, 3 ones. And each one goes in its square bracket. Okay, so don't ever be confused. You don't put them in the same. So these 1, 1, 1, those are different positions. It's like you are walking. Have you seen a chess game? Have you ever seen it, the chess game?
Yes.
Yeah, so those boxes, each one is, each box is a position. So, and each one of those goes in here. So it goes in its own square bracket. All right, so we can now come over here, and congratulations, Sharon. So I think, guys, you've understood, but I would like you to illustrate. Use a pen and paper or pens and paper, illustrate some arrays, and then using this kind of, this kind of pattern, not the actual code, show us how you can access different things and take a snap and send it to the WhatsApp group. Okay. So have you gotten to know what I mean?
Is that the assignment?
Yes.
Can we just do any random arrays?
Yes, dear. You do any random. I want you to do with your own, but it should be multidimensional arrays. Okay. And you should use examples of real life examples, like things that are related to you. All right. Yes. And send it please by tomorrow evening. You just don't use the computer. Just use a pen and paper, or pencil and paper. Okay. And make sure you put a name to your document so that we can know whose is this one. All right. Label it properly, and I also bring out mine to make this a little bit better. But the next session we are going to see how to access these arrays using loops instead of just using explicit numbers, because they might want us to show, like they might want us to show this in a table or this one in a table. Okay, this one they might want us to visualize it in a table, and we should be able to do that. Are we good?
Must we also draw the table?
No, I just want you to draw. What you are going to draw is something like this, but it should have it should be multidimensional, and you show us how to access different things in that thing you've sketched. But what I'm saying is that the next session, which is on Tuesday at 8 p.m. GMT +3, we are going to see how to access these using loops, and probably we can sketch out things like HTML tables and display these, and you see them visually. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you for attending today's session. If you have parting remarks, please, it's your chance to say, or even if you have a question, you can ask now. Otherwise, we are done, and I'm going to share this in the group. Thank you very much.
So I am assuming to access an item in a multidimensional array, you look for the row where it is first.
Yes.
No matter how many times it's nested, look for that row, the last item that you in the index is the column. Is that
yeah, now what happens is that let's just say that once you have multiple nests, like these nests, okay, like these ones here, they might not be rows and columns. They might just be columns that are subdivided, but how can they be subdivided? Okay, let me see. Yeah, just take it that way, with the way you've understood it, that the first is a row, then the first subdivision is a column, then the column subdivision is probably a row. So the the actual item might be in a column. Yeah, we shall try to visualize this using an HTML. An HTML, like for example, I feel like explaining more, but I thought we are. Let me see. How can I bring this out? If you know, do you know some HTML? Yeah, I know you know. So the tables, I don't know. Many people have not used the tables, but let's try it. Okay. So you know with the tables, you usually have rows and columns. Okay. So we may have something like this. So we may have something like that, and I'm trying to illustrate this array. So this one, apple 1, apple 2, mango 1, and mango 2. So here is apple 1, and here is apple 2. Then I will duplicate this entire row to have the mango. So now, if I go to the interface, I need to just, excuse me, I need to add some things here. No, if I do that, it's gonna take me a lot of time, but let me just do this. Let me put a style here, okay? Do I need to specify the type? Is it mandatory?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna set TD. I'm gonna put a border on each TD, and the border is gonna be solid. And what color? Let me use green for now. Then I'm gonna add the padding to the cell to make it look a little bit bigger. So, and I'll give it 10 pixels. And I think this is enough. So I'll refresh, and this is our table. So you can see the first row has these items and whatever. Now, what we're gonna do is to come up with this one. You see this one here? And with this one, we also, with this one, we are going to have the shirt one. So we're gonna have this, say, shirt 1 and shirt 2. And then we can come over and do that and have them like that. But now the challenge comes, you see, the challenge is this one. If we know that, you know, when we buy cupboards, we cannot adjust their size. So that means that we have to make sure that these items fit in the same width of this. So what are we going to do? That means, but this one has a third, whatever. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to subdivide things, because if we do, like, let me show you. Let me go to the code. I'll duplicate this, and then I'll do, what was there? What was there? I've forgotten. It was lipstick and lotion. No, it was jean 1 and dress 1. Dress 1, okay, or dress 2, I don't know. So now we cannot, we have to, sorry, if I come over here, you can see, but we know that we know that lotion, lipstick, and nail accessories are part of this row. So we cannot bring them in another row. So we have to find a way of squeezing them in we have to find a way of squeezing them, of dividing this space. Let me show you. We have to find a way of dividing this space, this entire row, so that all the others can fit. So in that case, what we might do, we might bring them as a third column, okay? We might bring them as a third column. But when we bring them as a third column, what will happen? When we bring them as a third column, what might happen is we don't just write them there. We may end up creating a new small table, okay, like that. And this one, okay, let's do it. Why do we? So it's gonna have lipstick. And it's gonna have it's gonna have lipstick, and this one is gonna be lotion. And this one is gonna be nail accessories. So I know it won't, anyway, it will fit if we make it bigger. So nail accessories. I'm gonna show you how it looks, though it looks funny now, but we can make it better. So you've seen this has led us to create a sub table in a table, you know. So if we go here, this is gonna look quite a bit. You see how it looks like? Looks like we created a third word. We created a third column, okay, on the third row. Is it the third row on the fourth row? Because this is the first, second, third, and fourth. That's how it looks like for us to be able to put all the things that we have. Now, you can make, using, if you know HTML properly, you can make, I think, this one, should it be this? Because this is the third. So I think this is the one. We should, how can we make it expand? Let's see. Try to do this, call span 2 for the shirt. Then to make it look like, let me try. Yeah. So we just make this larger, and our wardrobe would look fit. Have you used the HTML tables to this extent?
No, you created a table inside a column.
Yes, it's really possible. So yeah, this is what would happen, that now you see that this side, this row here, the fourth row has been divided into 3, and its third column has been subdivided. So you may not necessarily think that each time, especially when it comes to nested arrays, the ones which are nested more than one level, you might not say that each is a row column or row column. But It might be a column and then sub-columns, okay? Like this one here, it's a column then which is sub-partitioned into 3 parts, okay? So I just want you to master that that one, each individual item, okay, is at a certain position. So watch out whether that item you are accessing is an array or a single item. For example, here we were accessing lotion, which is a single item. So we had to be sure whether it's inside an array. Now, the moment it's inside an array, we get to know the number or the position of its parent array. And then the moment we get the position of the parent array, okay, we now get the position of this in its own array. So it becomes a little bit simpler, but the only way you are going to be able to master this is go and do the assignment I've given you. Go and sketch down examples of, you can just sketch down your wardrobe, how your wardrobe is arranged, how your, I don't know how you call them, but how they are arranged, you know, the partitions they have. You can try to transform that into an array. That way you easily and quickly master how to access arrays and how to access elements in arrays, and then how to modify those elements. For example, if we had accessories spelled wrongly, we might not want to display, but we may want to update. So anyway, we shall see in the next session. Just go and do that task. Are we good? I think we've been here for now 2 hours, and I'm happy to stop there. Yeah.